Brother Naija, the most watched reality show in Africa, has been called several names like fake, immoral. Some even say it's right out demonic. But the truth is, it's just a game, a dark game that messes with the psychology of both the housemates and the viewers. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you not one, but 7 dark truths I've uncovered about the show. And at the end, I will even tell you how winners are selected and how anyone can win if only the new truth. These are the 7 dark truths of Big Brother Naija. The first truth: housemates are selected based on audience appeal. Big Brother Naija organizers claim that auditions are free and open to all, but at the end of the day sell slots to the elite. There is no inclusiveness in the show, just a platform to elevate the rich. That's absurd. Both rich, poor, physically disabled should be amongst the housemates. This was a comment made by a Twitter user concerning how housemates are selected, and it sets the basis for this truth. Housemates aren't chosen based on status, qualification, or even background. They are chosen based on how entertaining they might potentially be to the audience. When selecting housemates, BB Naija organizers ask themselves questions like, can he or she get a rise out of the audience? How volatile are they? Do they look like someone people can root for? Do they look like someone people can relate to and aspire to be like? Unfortunately, the poor and the disabled don't check many of these boxes. People could root for them, but they don't want to be like them. You understand? It has to have a nice balance between I can root for you and I want to be like you. And not just them, the majority of people that are just average can't get into these categories. Not everyone has a British accent like Shakes and Kid Wire. Not everyone is a media personality or a model like most of the housemates are. The thing is, people want to be like these people, you get. So in a way, because they are still human, they can relate with them like the normal aspects of their lives, but the inflated aspects of their lives, they want to be like those inflated aspects. So it's a tiny balance between the voyeurism, that is the word, voyeurism, and wanting to be like these people. So you're even more drawn, it's more entertaining than just regularly seeing an average person coming into the house, or the poor and the disabled. There's something Ebuka said in the first eviction night of that was last Sunday, and it was very important. He said that it's not even about being yourself in the house, it's about entertaining the audience. You see, so their mindset, the organizers' mindset, is not even about whoever has the best personality. No, it's about whoever's personality might potentially be entertaining to the audience. That's what sells, not your personality. The second truth: the behavior of housemates is heavily controlled by the house. This year's BBN is the ultimate proof that interior design influences behavior. This was a Twitter comment by a viewer. The viewer goes ahead to drop a short video of housemates dancing and singing as a result of the culturally themed design of that part of the house. What if I told you it goes deeper than that? What if I told you that the different sections or locations of the house that Big Brother directs the housemates to affect how they act, how they speak, how they even relate to one another? And Big Brother, the voice in the sky, is responsible for all of this. You see, they just created an environment that can encourage their housemates to behave in a way that will lead to the most drama, the most entertainment. For example, the way eviction night is being conducted. Like, Big Brother tells the housemates to pack all their luggages and carry them into the same room where they will announce the person that is going to be evicted. So everybody has packed their luggages and has this feeling of, okay, it might be me. So in a way, even if not all of them are going, you understand, all of them have experienced how it feels like to lose. They have packed the luggages they have packed up their bags and they are ready to go, but they now have this feeling of it could be, and they can actually relate when the person leaves the house because all of them pack their luggages together. This heightens their senses of, they become more competitive, they become more reluctant, more deceitful, more sneaky, more self-centered, so that they will not end up like that person they saw that night because they were this close to losing. So when after maybe one person is evicted, you see the show begins to pick up, everything begins to everybody begins to fight each other. The psychology of just allowing them to perform the same thing that the person that lost did that night pushes them to become more volatile. It increases the drama in the house, and drama is what they are looking for. And I mean, this is not pure evil, I will admit, but the fact that the housemates do not know that their behavior is being controlled, because as humans we like to think we are in charge, we like to think that it's us making our own decisions. But that is why advertisement works. That is why people run ads on these shows, because seeing somebody just encouraging you to see something or hear a particular advertisement can affect how you buy, your buying behavior. That is manipulation right there. The third truth: viewers watch because they love judging others.
Apart from drama, there's no denying the fact that another reason people like to watch the show is because they love to scrutinize and commend housemates based on appearance, maybe how good looking they are, character, relatability. They like to take sides. They like to say, oh, this person did right and this person did wrong, and they just love the aspects of being a judge and being a someone that can dish out judgment on them, and people will not commend you. I don't know, there's this notion that people outside the house have, that they are somewhat better than those that are inside. They are maybe in character, maybe in appearance, and maybe they have a better judgment than those that are inside somehow, which isn't even the case. To be honest, some of those people are even the elites that are better than us. It's quite strange. You see people on Twitter and becoming relationship coaches, and some even behavioral analysts that can analyze behavior and tell you, predict how everything will turn out and all those kind of stuff. It's quite sad, and at the same time it's very fascinating to see how human beings enjoy judging others. Maybe judging someone else's lives and saying they did right and wrong and this and that maybe alleviates the burden of having to face your own imperfections as a person, as a human.
The fourth truth: housemates sell their privacy for money.
People feel like housemates who got selected are lucky, God-sent, chosen people that are just graced with the opportunity of becoming instantly famous. All they have to do is just to step a foot into the house and just try and participate. You don't even have to win, just participate in some competitions and boom, you're famous. You don't have to give anything up. But that is a lie. You're giving up your privacy. As we have seen over the years, Big Brother Naija is about spying on the lives of housemates, their relationship lives, their social lives, their sex life, the damage done to their respective private lives after spending 3 months in the house and 3 months of other people spying on them and looking at their little intricacies and knowing what makes them tick is irreplicable. It's literally like you can't solve that problem ever. It's a strange thing. When people come out of the house, they begin to experience it. People begin to talk to them as if they know them, when they don't know any of those people, and they begin to tell them personal things about their life, and they feel invaded. But that is what you signed up for. The house spies on them and makes them behave a certain way, which might not be actually how they behave in an outside condition. But within that house, people judge their whole being based on what happened in their house. And apart from advertisement gigs and being a brand influencer, it is quite, and working outside of even the media industry, is quite difficult to find like maybe a job or a partner outside. I don't think many housemates have touched this aspect, and I might be wrong, but I feel that is what happens.
The fifth truth: all relationships formed in the house are fake.
Now I know this may seem too far-fetched, but the love that you see housemates develop for each other in the house is completely synthetic. It's fake. Why? Well, Big Brother's house in it of itself, it's a synthetic and controlled environment. It's not real. So relationships formed in that environment, how do you expect it to survive outside of that environment?
Like, we made a promise to each other.
Are you guys still in a relationship?
No, Ebuka.
Okay, so what happened is what I want to know.
That's it. There are forces, there are dynamics after that affect a lot of stuff.
Like?
Fan base, friends, family.
So things were being said?
Branding, a lot of stuff.
They're not allowed with their phones, they don't have jobs, food is being provided for them. All these 3 things I mentioned, phones, jobs, food, these are some things that lead to breakup, and even in outside world relationships. You see, so in a situation where the only thing you have to do is interact with others, and in a way, your options of mating partners is even reduced to a set of people. And those people can be saturated because we have other guys, other girls in the house who are also mingling. So when we subtract those people that are entering relationships, you're not left with a few options. So that's why I make the bold statement of saying any relationship formed in the house is completely synthetic.
And he was like, what I saw, this, that. He didn't know how to tell me all this while he's not ready to be committed.
The sixth truth: the fame gotten after the show is short-lived.
You see, the problem with becoming a celebrity is that you quickly realize that in order to stay relevant, you have to keep entertaining your audience consistently. This is true about all industries, including Big Brother Naija. For example, for a musician, you have to keep singing. For a YouTuber, you have to keep making videos. For an actor, you have to keep acting in movies. Now, what of a reality TV star now? You see the problem? Because they can't consistently keep being in reality shows. They can't always be in reality shows. So yeah, there's no like an actual way for a reality TV star to keep entertaining their audience. Okay, you can say they branch out to Nollywood, and maybe some branch out and become social media influencers and brand influencers, as we have seen. But that is not why the audience fell in love with them initially. They fell in love with them as reality TV stars. So can you really maintain celebrity status when you're not able to do that thing your audience fell in love with? And hey, I'm not saying that one cannot successfully transition their audience into like another phase of their own careers. But what I'm saying is, like, the peak of fame they acquired, like at the initial time they left the house, you understand, can never be maintained.
How to win Big Brother Naija.
So now, how does one win the show? Is it rigged? Do they strategize before going into the house? Well, I personally believe that all of them strategize before entering into the house. But as we can see, as time goes on, while they are in the house, they tend to forget themselves and why they came there, and they start looking for other things. But now you ask yourself questions like, those who won like White Money and làycon, what made them special? Why did the audience choose them and not others? Well, it's completely simple. The reason why they won is because they had a complete story arc. I know it sounds strange now, but okay, let me explain. Now, Big Brother Naija is a reality TV show, right? Good. But you have to understand that it is also a TV show. It's a reality TV show, but it's also watched on TV. People watch it like they watch movies. And what makes movies interesting? A complete story arc. When a character has a complete story arc. We saw their initial character, we saw them face a challenge, and we saw how they overcame those challenges and now maintain the initial character they showed us in the beginning. That is what makes a complete story arc. Or story arcs could be different, but this is just the basic formation of how people who write scripts for movies write it. The character has to undergo a challenge. Now in Big Brother, if you watch it clearly, those who normally win are people who at the initial stage they had a vibe, they had something special, just like the rest of the housemates. They were vibeful, they were cheerful, they had a good relationship with most of the housemates, but they faced like a crippling challenge that people really didn't think they could come out from. For example, làycon and the heartbreak he faced with Erica. We could all remember how depressing we saw làycon in. He was insulted both on social media, outside, inside the house. He felt, but at the end of the day, like, he was able to overcome that circumstance, and you could see that he maintained his character all throughout. I'm not picking sides on that issue, but we can see that he was able to overcome it and maintain the character. We now saw Erica break down during that point. We saw her run tantrums. We saw her deviate from the initial character she showed us when coming into the house. Anybody can be entertaining. Anybody can be the joke of the house, the party of the house, the party guy of the house. But not everybody can maintain their character all throughout the show. So maintaining the same character, it's easier said than done. But you understand, it's very difficult, and only those that can do it actually win. So yeah, you have to complete your story arc. You have to go from a high to a low, back to a high. That's how to win the game.